Good afternoon. Each semester, graduating students across the university are invited to apply for the honor of being Student Commencement Speaker. Today's speaker was chosen enthusiastically from a pool of highly qualified candidates for his immense dragon pride, his boundless energy, and his stirring and important message. Accomplished student, star athlete, YouTube celebrity, and proud dragon, Brady Speicher. Brady has been studying at MSUM for the past 4 years to earn his Minnesota teaching license in social studies with emphases in history and economics. Son of Eric and Kelly Speicher, he is from Perham, Minnesota. He attended Perham High School and excelled in its highly regarded track and field program. MSUM cross-country coach Ryan Milner said he wanted to bring Brady to MSUM because he saw in him not just raw athletic talent, but also the leadership potential that he needed to help a then struggling team. Brady has delivered and played an integral role in the elevation of MSUM athletics. Brady exemplifies the grit, heart, and humility that are MSUM's core values. He speaks movingly of how he came to the university and was confronted with his own limitations, challenged immediately to develop himself physically and intellectually. Heart, whether testifying about the transformative impact of his professors and coaches, or decrying with his teammates on YouTube the radical injustice of NCAA altitude conversions, Brady is a person of much passion and compassion. Converse just a bit with him, his dragon pride is infectious. An enduring testament to it is the dragon tattooed on his upper thigh that he'll probably not show us this afternoon on the stage, but which you can ogle on his Twitter page. Humility. I asked Brady if there was something I can address in my introduction that would seem like braggadocio, a conceit, for him to talk about himself. He said, I guess you could point out that I broke two 40-year-old MSUM cross-country records. It's true. Among Brady's most notable achievements are breaking the indoor mile record that was standing since 1975, and also breaking the outdoor 500 meter that was been standing since 1976. Brady intends to enroll in graduate school at MSUM and then complete his athletic eligibility in cross-country and in track and field this upcoming year. It's good to know that Brady is staying with us. We're excited to see his future contributions. So please help me welcome our student speaker today, Mr. Brady Speicher.
Thank you, Dean Cagle, very much for that kind introduction. And welcome parents, friends, online viewers, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2017 to the educational system as we know it today. I would first like to say thank you to MSUM and the interview committee for not only giving me this amazing honor and opportunity, but also giving me weeks of saying, what in the world did I just sign up for? I have to warn you all though, around NEMSIC and with these administrators, in my coach, I am known to be a loose cannon, usually not holding back to tweet a quote-unquote bad tweet. So for you guys up close, if you start to notice what I'm saying isn't matching my mouth movement, that is because much like the halftime shows since the Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake incident, I am on a 8-second delay. Once I got selected, I immediately thought back to my freshman year speech class, trying to grasp something to use for the speech. And I drew a blank. Looking back at my transcript, I got a C, and after asking a good friend who was in that class with me why I got that grade, he said, well, you only showed up on speech days since attendance wasn't mandatory. So with nothing to draw on for this speech and the deadline drawing near, I did what most college students would do. I pulled up Google, typed in how to write a commencement speech, but I didn't click on the top link. As we all know, that's how you get caught. You scroll to the bottom, go to page 6 or 7, and find one on that page. So why did I become a commencement speaker and sign up? Well, to be honest, after seeing a news article last year saying MSUM was going to start charging $20 to participate, I figured, well, if you're in the ceremony, you don't have to pay. I was wrong. It turns out we're not charging $20 to participate in graduation. But in all honesty, I wanted to share my Dragon story with you and how I use the 3 MSUM values of grit, heart, and humility during my time here, and how we can all use those going forward. I would be lying to every one of you today if I, as a junior and even senior year of high school, that I wanted to be a Dragon. I was in cross country and track at Perham High School, and after winning state a couple times, I had absolutely no interest in the Division II level. My thoughts were I was going to go to a huge D1 school on a full-ride scholarship and achieve many All-American accolades. So as I was waiting for these D1 colleges to contact me, it never came. So at first I thought, well, my last name's hard to spell and pronounce, and my parents were the type not to put our address in the phone book because, the first place serial killers go to look for victims is in the phone book. So I took initiative, and I started to email coaches, Indiana, Wisconsin, University of Arizona, saying how interested I was in their program, and I listed my times for each event. One after one, I got an email back with something that was pretty hard to swallow. They would say, quote, "I believe you might experience difficulty making our team. Please place your efforts somewhere else to continue your running and educational career." That was hard to hear. Those emails crushed my dreams of everything I thought I worked for. But my high school coach, Jeff Morris, had a saying, "Deal with the hand you are dealt." And that's exactly what I did. Thankfully, Coach Milner here at MSUM gave me the opportunity to continue my education and running career. And now that I'm moments away from getting my degree in social studies education and having a successful running career, competing at 6 national meets, and earning that prized All-American accolade, it's safe to say I proved those coaches wrong. And of course, being the snarky person that I am, I sent one coach in particular a photo of my All-American trophy attached with the email he originally sent me. Much like myself, everyone in these chairs in front of me have their own Dragon story. Stories of triumph and heartbreak with people literally from around the world. And I encourage you, friends and family of these graduates, to ask them about their story. When you listen to the Dragon stories of this graduating class, you will probably hear that this person has faced what you may call a problem. But my motto is that there are no such things as problems in life, just opportunities. For example, it's not a problem when we procrastinate. It's an opportunity to show how efficient we can be with our time when it really matters. Or, it's not a problem we spend study day at Chumley's. It's an opportunity to show how well we can take a test with a pounding headache. And just like the story I shared with you, it wasn't a problem I didn't get to run at the Division I level. It was an opportunity to prove people wrong. If we attack every day with the mindset that we aren't going to have a problem, but instead we will run into opportunities, I believe we will be better off as individuals. And when we run into these opportunities in the future to work towards our long-term goals, it's important to realize there is more than one path to getting to where we want to be. And with the values of grit, heart, and humility that are demonstrated to us here at MSUM, we know exactly how to face them. We'll use grit to persevere when plan A goes wrong, but we know as long as we keep believing in ourselves, we can still get to where we want to go using plan B, C, or D. We'll use heart with our support groups like our friends, family, future colleagues, and past advisors. Everyone here has their own group and at different times have relied on them and will continue to in the future to give us advice, give us hope and encouragement, and if you're lucky, and most importantly, give you food and rent money. Thanks, Mom and Dad. And lastly, we will use humility, because no matter how successful we will all become in this room, we will always have to remember exactly where we came from and realize we did not go about it alone. We will move forward with Dragon pride in us, and for some of us, or maybe just me, our Dragon pride will be on us. However, just because we have this positive outlook on life, giving us opportunities instead of problems, doesn't mean bad things won't happen. And it's important to remember that nothing terrible lasts forever. So hang in there when times get tough. At the same time, nothing worthwhile stays long. So hold on to it while you can. Let's go forward by measuring our success, not by what we have accomplished in life, but instead by what we have inspired others to do. Through our next stage of our lives, you may just forget some science facts, or how to calculate that one formula, or even, heaven forbid, you might forget what countries were on the Axis and Allied powers of World War II. What you won't forget is your experience here at MSUM and how this university has instilled in you heart, grit, and humility. Thank you.